Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Unbothered podcast where we like to chat about the challenge. And today we are here with an interview with somebody that we have always really enjoyed seeing on our screens. We've been begging and waiting for him to come back, and we got our wish come true on All Stars 4, the one and only Mr. Brandon Nelson. Welcome.
Thank
Yay.
you for having me. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. Like I said, you are somebody we have always really enjoyed. For years, we've been like, where is Brandon? You need to bring Brandon back. Like he always got shafted on the main stage. We want to see him come back. So we're really excited that we got our wishes granted with seeing on All Stars 4.
Yeah.
But I do have a question, and I would love to know how you got cast on Fresh Meat 2 all those years
I
ago.
love the so I originally I went to a casting to be on The Real World. And this was back in 2008. So I just moved back from college back to Little Rock, Arkansas, and where was I working at the time? Oh, I was working at UAMS. I was a mental health paraprofessional, which is a fancy name for I was a caseworker or case manager, social worker basically. And I love that job though. The kids were great because I was a liaison between the patient and the therapist. So I was like the cool guy that, hey man, calm down, I got you. I'm gonna put in a good word for you to calm the kids down and make sure they get their meds and all that. But when I found out there was gonna be an open casting call here in Little Rock, I was like, I gotta go because there's a cutoff. So at the time I was in 2008, I would have been turning 26 in November. So that was like the cutoff. You had to be 25, 18 to 25. That was it. So I ended up going down to the open casting call, and I made it through the first round, and then I made it through the second round. I think there was like 3 rounds, and then you make it to the final, and they fly you out to LA. You get to go to the Beard and Murray studios. You see all this stuff, pictures on the wall, and all these people, different shows and stuff. So you get to talk to like John Murray and all the execs and all the big wigs. And I thought I killed it because when the PA was taking me back to the airport, he was like, "Man, everybody was cracking up laughing in the other room. We were watching you on the monitors. Man, you got this, man. You about to be on the Real World." It was supposed to be Real World Cancun. And I get back home and I find I find out that I got fired because I didn't have a lot of PTO and I kept leaving to go do these interviews. But I was
Oh
like,
no.
yeah, I was like, I'm gonna make it. It's gonna be fine. I don't care about that damn job. I'm gonna be on TV. Well, so I remember me and my boy La Parker, we were playing basketball at the rec, and then I hear my phone ringing on the bleachers. I go running over there. I see the number, pick up the phone, and they're like, "Hey, Brandon, what's going on, man? We loved you, but we're just gonna move in a different direction for this season of the Real World, and yeah, so sorry you didn't make it, but we're gonna keep you in mind for some things down the line, but you didn't make it." And I'm like, "Y'all playing?" And I was like, "No, no, you're not on this cast." Man, talking about ready to cry. I'd been fired from my job, but thinking I'm going to be on the show, and then it didn't work out. So I started doing tech support for Verizon, and I got an email like probably about 6, 7 months later about Fresh Meat 2, and I called them back that same night, and it was just on from there.
That's awesome. So were you watching the real world and all that up to that point? Or were you a fan or
Oh yeah, definitely. I've
yeah.
been a fan since it started. Like my mom
Mm.
used to watch it, and then I would just be like, "What is that?" And then I just got hooked. You know what I'm saying? So, and I always said I'm going to be on it. At the time, you had to send in a VHS tape. Like you had to send something in before they started doing like open casting calls and stuff. And I was like, I don't want to go through all that trouble and send in a tape because me, if I were to send in a tape, it would never get done because I'd go back and erase it and do it again. It'd never be good enough, and I would never want to send it in. So luckily, they had the open casting call so they could see me in person. But yeah, I watched it all the way up until I didn't make it, and then I had my own little personal boycott of MTV in its entirety. I was like, I'm not even stopping on that channel. So yeah, no, I'm serious. I was pissed. Like it was so petty. Like
I don't blame you.
I'm not
I've been
watching
pissed
TV
too.
like they gave a shit. Like it really affected them, me not watching one day. But but yeah, I got lucky, man. I'm blessed. They hit me up and got back on out there. Got to mingle with some folks that I've been watching for years, which was a trip.
So you watched the challenge too, before you were ever cast on it as well?
Oh yeah, yeah. And watching it, of course, you sitting on the couch and you're like, man, that
Oh
shit's
yeah.
I can do that. Yeah, that ain't nothing. And you get out there and you're like, oh shit.
I
Our
know I
favorite
can't do
is
any of the stuff, so
Yeah, our
Yeah.
favorite is to sit on the couch and laugh at people who get trivia questions wrong.
Oh my God. I never make it to the trivia challenge. That's one of my two biggest things outside of actually wanting to win it. I want to make it far enough to where I make it on a reunion and I want to make it to the daily where we do trivia because I could kill trivia. People don't know that. That's one of my little talents that people haven't been able to see because I haven't gotten that far. I hate it.
Oh, I love that. I
I
love
think
good
trivia is
trivia.
probably the only thing I could do. I don't eat stuff. I don't do heights. So
Once you get out there, man, and once you're standing there, you just got to jump. It's all good.
I don't need to face my fears. I'm all right.
I
No,
I would pull a Leroy and I would just black out in the moment and just do it and have no recollection that I did it. Once it's over, I'd be like, I don't know what happened, but I'm alive, so we're good to go. Or
sounds
like
about right.
Darrell, he starts
Yeah,
panicking up there.
so funny. Like
S-
Darrell's
God,
so big, and he's like, yeah, he's a man's man, but he ain't messing with them heights. Like he
no.
totally grab onto somebody else, and I'm like, what are you doing? And he's like, nah, man, I really can't. I'm being serious. I'm like, okay.
I know where he's coming from. I get it.
Yeah, I have a fear of heights too. Mostly like shaky stairs. I have like nightmares of walking upstairs that are shaky with no railing and then I fall. That's my fear. So
Have you looked that up to get like a little diagnosis on
Like
that?
a dream dictionary.
I do have
Yeah,
dream books and I do look them up sometimes and it's usually like oh, you're dealing with some difficult decisions in life. And I'm like, great, that's every goddamn day. So
exactly. What the fuck? Okay.
that is not insightful. It does not help me. Thanks.
Yeah, well,
Back to the dream world. So
Hold
can
on. What
you
does it mean if
go
you
ahead?
don't dream at all? Like I never dream. I never have nightmares or dreams.
You're a psychopath?
you're an NPC. You're not.
Okay.
There you go. You're an
Yeah,
I'm a
NPC.
what?
you're a non-playing character. You're just one of those people that's just off in the game, just wandering around, making us think this is real. That's all it is. I've
That's
been
me.
watching a lot of conspiracy theory stuff lately, so don't mind me.
We love good conspiracy theories here,
Yeah, we do.
so it's okay. Tia lives in Florida, so every time weird shit happens down there, we like to theorize if it was aliens or not.
It's always aliens.
It's always aliens.
It's
Yep.
always it is. We're all convinced it is. So like we said, you were on Fresh Meat too. Were there any moments on that show that were your favorite or any relationships that you had with people that were your favorites that you can remember from your time?
Yeah, well, first of all, let's go ahead and get this shit out the fucking way because it even came up in one of the comments for AllStars 4. And we filmed Fresh Meat 2 in 2009. It's 2024 right now. And people will still reference, well, Brandon got drunk before the elimination. Brandon had a beer before the. Did you not see Caitlin? Me and CJ had to carry her up to the start point at the base of the mountain. No, fuck that. Even prior to that, the night before, I went around the house. I asked Caitlin, I said, can you do it? Yes or no? I said, it's not going to, I don't care. I just need to know because it's going to determine how much I drink tonight. So if you can do it tomorrow morning, or if you're going to try, let me know and I'll stop right now. But if you're not going to try tomorrow, I'm going to drink everything in this whole house because we're going home. She said she couldn't do it. I commenced to drinking, and then the next morning, there was still beer there that I hadn't drank, and it needed to be consumed because I'm going home. And but everybody knew, production knew, everybody knew. But then when we get to the start line, and people like they were scrambling because they really thought that we were going to give it a shot, and Caitlin was like, "No, I really can't." So then they go over there talking to TJ. Then TJ comes back and he goes, all right, guys, we here at the challenge don't condone drinking before any physical activity and blah, 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 blah. You guys are disqualified. And everybody's like, oh, you got DQ'd because of you. I was like, could you pan the camera to the lady in the crutches? What the fuck we're about to do? Like, oh my God. So yeah. I mean, I'm sorry for yelling. I had to get that off my chest.
No,
Oh, no, you're fine.
I was
We
gonna
love the
ask.
passion.
We do. I was gonna ask, like, did you know they would do that if you're drinking a beer? I mean, CT's done dailies smoking cigarettes before.
Man, they before I got on, they would tell me stories about how they would be sitting there. They even have it on camera, like in some of the earlier ones. They're sitting there drinking Coronas while they're watching the people compete. They're waiting to do their turn or whatever. If they're done, they'll just give them beer right there on the spot. And then they were talking about how people would bring, alcohol and water bottles and shit and compete. And like production knew apparently, but they were like, whatever. And then little old me comes up and drinks a fucking PBR with a chick next to me that has like one leg, and you think that we're gonna compete. And then now I'm the fucking scapegoat. Oh, you got DQ because you drank before. Do you have a problem, Brandon? Yeah. It's you. You're the
My problem is I have a partner that can't perform, so I'm just gonna drink everything anyway. I'm on vacation.
Yeah. Let me party, man.
I mean, they had a
Oh,
whole season where half the cast was high the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
I should have been on that one. But
I think it was one of the Battle of the Sexes because it's like the calmest we had ever seen Veronica when she got
oh,
eliminated. She was like, "It's okay, I'm fine."
oh, she was feeling good.
She'd been eating some brownies. I think they were like in Jamaica or something.
Yeah, but I mean, to answer your question though fully, I would say some of the biggest memories. I mean, when we first were there, they made us stay in that damn tent for a week. We had no idea what was going on. Like they just kept saying, actually they wouldn't even talk to us. They would wake us up in the morning, feed us breakfast, and then for the rest of the day, we're just kind of meandering around through this field outside the tent. And then at night it'd get cold, we'd go inside. They'd feed us lunch and then they'd feed us dinner, and then we'd just be in there just talking and bullshitting and freezing to death. But finally, getting out of that tent, I thought something went wrong. I had no idea that we're going to be doing this combine thing. But I did make some good connections while I was there. I mean, we'll get to Carr, I'm sure, here in a second. But me, me and Carr clicked. I don't know how or why, because like we you wouldn't put me and her together, but we just clicked or whatever. And even though she went home first, when I got home, like we kind of stayed in touch. And then when I saw her on Cutthroat, that's when we really got close. Um, Let me see. My boy Noor, who I convinced to move to Vegas after I did Cutthroat, that we got a whole bunch of stories about us living in Vegas together. And I also lived with Leroy as well after Noor. But and I don't know if he's ever gonna come back, but we still talk. That's my dude for real. And let me see who else from. I mean Laurel, but I don't really talk to Laurel. Like if I see her on the show, yeah, that's pretty much it. But yeah, I mean I'm sure I'm forgetting somebody. But yeah, I saw Pete a few years ago. He came out to Vegas.
Oh.
Can't really go any further than that, but he came out to Vegas. We had a good time. But yeah, man, it was really fun. And I think one takeaway though, it's our first time everybody that was on Fresh Meat 2 had auditioned for another show under BNP. So I don't know if it was either some of the girls did Bad Girls Club, the guys,
Yep.
man,
Mhm.
Real World or whatever. But um, when you get the challenge, you're like, all right, one of the perks of being on the challenge is you get to travel the world. So we're like, okay, what country are we going to be going to? We find out we're going to fucking Vancouver. I'm like, what? It's like I'm grateful and thank you, but really, we're still in North America, man. Like, come on, give me some exotic shit.
I
But it
think
was
that was the
cool.
last time they did a main show in North America because of fans and stuff like that. Like, I don't
Yeah.
think they do it in Canada, Mexico, or the United States.
Mm-mm.
It's all like South
Yeah.
America or a whole other fucking continent across the world.
Oh no, well, AllStars was in Cancun.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
AllStars was in Cancun.
yeah. Because I was there. I was an alternate for AllStars too, so I was there. Then
Yeah.
they never picked me up for the main house, but it was dope though because we were in this nice ass hotel, and you could just call and get whatever you like. They were like, get whatever you want, and I was like, you can't tell me that because I'm gonna. You don't
Because I
mean.
will.
It's like you don't mean that. And they're like, no, yeah, it's because like our rooms are like mini apartments. They were nice. So you
Ooh.
had a kitchen and everything. So I'm like literally ordering groceries. I'm like, bring me some bread, bring me some I need heavy whipping cream, Parmesan. I'm trying to make my own Alfredo. I'm making pasta, bring me shrimp. I need some wine. And they would literally they knock on the door and I'd have like 5 bags full of shit. So but yeah, it was fun to be out there though. But yeah, I mean one of the biggest perks though for being on this show, man, is getting those stamps on the passport. Can't beat it.
And you were there with Jimmy, right? She was an alternate too,
Yeah,
right?
Jimmy was
I
an
was watching
alternate
y'all's
too.
live the other day. I remember.
That response.
Yeah. No, I'm just playing. No, no, I'm bullshitting because me and Jimmy, we were like bickering back and forth for a little bit over a period of time over something stupid. So it was my first time seeing her since we had our little what do you call it? A tiff, a taft, a tiff,
Tiff.
what
A tiff.
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
little tiff. So yeah, but like I was giving her shit, but we're cool. We squashed it, so it ain't no big deal. But yeah,
I'm not a
because she
fan.
fucked up
So
late. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But we because no, she popped up late. We'd already been there for like 2 days, and I hear somebody banging on my door because at the time it was still that COVID situation, so we couldn't just roam around how we wanted to. Each of us like we had security by each door because they knew we were going to try to get out. But and we got out a couple times, but uh, so I'm like, I'm thinking it's security or something because nobody's supposed to be out anyway. And I open the door and it's Jimmy, and I'm like, why are you here? But yeah, so it's me, Jimmy, Emily, Cyrus. Leah and Melinda got picked up for that season. So yeah, it's just me, Emily, Jimmy, Cyrus. I feel like I'm missing somebody. It
Was
might have
it was Ryan or Derek an alternate? Maybe that was season one. I
No,
don't
they were on the
remember.
season. Yeah, they were on. So
I don't remember. See, like All Stars 1, 2, and 3 almost kind of like all run together for me because they like filmed
Yeah.
and aired them in such a short period of time. And then we had to wait so long for All Stars 4. Like we've
dude.
all gotten way older since
Since-
you guys
yeah,
filmed All Stars 4. I mean, Cam and
yeah,
Leroy have a whole other ass child now.
Right.
yeah, yeah. I was like, are we even gonna? Because we had a group chat, the whole cast did after we left Africa, and so everybody gets back, and then we start talking to each other, and then we're like, okay, what's good? Does anybody know what's going on? And somebody like, oh, I talked to so and so in production. They said it's gonna be like late summer, and it's like, okay, great. And then it's like, well, no, it's gonna be early fall. No, wait, no, it's gonna be October, right around Halloween. No, it's gonna be right at the beginning of the year. No, 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 it's gonna be spring. And I'm like, man, I just aired the damn thing because now people are looking at me like a fucking idiot because I know. We're not supposed to, you're not supposed to say anything, but your family members, they know where you've gone, or you maybe a couple friends you told that you were going or whatever.
Okay.
And you get back and they're like, what's up, Mr. TV man? Thought you was going back on the challenge. I guess you won. You lying, son of a bitch. And I'm like, dude, I was gone. Like, you look at my passport. Yeah, yeah, you lying. I'm like, okay, so now I'm a fucking idiot. But they finally,
You're like, see, I was telling the truth.
yeah. And
It's
and
just
then
14
it
months
goes
ago.
from, yeah, you probably lost anyway. My friends are terrible. But
Oh.
I'm like, thanks, guys. Like, you're just jealous.
Uh,
They didn't call you. It's okay. It's okay.
those are loyal friends. They keep you humble.
Yeah, they do.
Do you
They keep you
family
grounded.
follow the like T pages? Because obviously, like we follow them, like all the spoilers and stuff. Do they follow it to like keep up with you, knowing that you're gone?
The hell no, they don't care. They still
Oh,
think it's stupid. It's like anytime I'll be out, like I don't go out a lot anymore, but like especially early on, 'cause I did like 5 in a row. I did 2 and then missed one and did like 3 in a row. But you know, walking around, or we might be at the bar or something, and somebody like, "Are you Brandon from the challenge?" And then my friend, "Oh, this motherfucker here. Nobody cares. You suck. You didn't even win. Why do they want a picture with you? You didn't even make it to the final. Like, why do they care?" And I'm like, "Thanks, guys."
That was actually a question I was going to ask
I
you.
love your
It's like, what
friends.
is your craziest or best fan encounter? Like, do you get noticed? Do you get recognized a lot or?
Crazy enough, I was still getting recognized in that 10-year gap that I wasn't even on the
Yeah.
show. So I mean, people will be like, you know the look, and they're just like,
They can't quite place where they know your face from.
I'm like, okay, because you don't want to be like, yes, I'm Brandon from the challenge, uh, but they'll be like, have you been on TV before? Yeah, I've been on TV before. Is your name Brandon? Yeah. Okay, oh man, you look so much bigger on TV, and I'm like, oh, thanks. But
If
I'd say the
if it ma-
craziest one would be so when I first moved to Vegas, I was working at this club called Cat House inside the Luxor, and the owner of Cat House also owned Australia's Thunder from Down Under, the male review show
mm,
at Excalibur. So, but Luxor and Excalibur are connected. So, before I would work Cat House, he would have me because he was like, "Why do people keep coming up and taking pictures with you?" And I was like, "Oh, I was on this reality show," and I showed him and stuff, and he's like, "Oh, that's cool, whatever. Go work the door at Excalibur, go work the Thunder show." And then because we were kind of suffering at our little bar because LAX, the club that was right across the carpet, they're a lot bigger and they were kicking our ass. And he was like, get 2 big groups of girls or whatever, and promise them free whatever, and then walk them over here to fill the club up, and then you come back over. So I'm standing in the front of the Thunder, and you got like all these horny old bachelorette parties and birthday parties, and these girls are just because the male review show is actually kind of corny. You got these, they don't get naked. Like the girls are coming in with wads of cash and stuff. So you can't give them money. Like it's just a review show. Like they just get oiled up and half naked and they do choreography. I don't see why you would want to go see that. I'd much rather whip my phone out and go to Pornhub. But I'm sitting in front of the door, right? So I'm just splitting the line with GA tickets and VIP tickets. And then this younger group or whatever, I saw them, they kept like looking over at me, but I don't know if they were like trying to flirt, if they knew who I was. And then one of them just comes over all drunk. You're Brandon, aren't you? And I was like, yes, yes, ma'am, I am. And you're drunk. And she was like, yes, I am. She's like, I want to give you something. It's my birthday. And just whipped him out in front of everybody. And I was
Uh,
like, all right, the show's not so bad.
you're like, happy birthday to you.
Yeah. I mean, a lot. Why is that? I mean, that happens a lot. I don't know if it's just me, but it's like depending on the situation, like, if you're out and that, like in Kroger, like, hey, Brandon, nice to meet you, and show me too.
In Kroger.
But no, like if you're, I'd be out at the bar or whatever. It hadn't happened in a while, but like when I was hot, you'd be at the bar and like you're Brandon from the show, like, oh my God, and everybody's showing titties, and I'm like, okay, is that a thing? Okay,
I
yeah,
think you said it was the bar, so there's alcohol involved. That's why.
yeah. I'm just gonna keep it in my backpack and walk around and hand out free shots. So,
There you go.
yeah, show me whatever. Let's make it a thing.
And I'm sure, being in Vegas, people feel more wild and free.
Oh yeah, yeah. Some stuff we can't talk about, but yes.
Brandon's like, that's why I live
I've
there.
never been.
No,
Me
I left last
Oh,
summer. Yeah, I was there for 13 years, and then after my split and stuff got weird,
yeah.
it's a good place for me to be, especially going through what I was going through. I needed to get home and get, reset, get grounded. It's a lot slower here, but it's where I need to be right now.
You headed back to Little
Where's
Rock,
here? Where do you?
Arkansas.
Oh,
Arkansas?
you are in Arkansas. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
You Southern boy.
Oh yeah, I get to go to mom's
Sounds
every
very
Sunday
hot.
and steal her food. So
That sounds
I'm a
hot.
Southern girl, so I get it.
yeah, we're about.
I grew up in Mississippi and I lived in Louisiana, South Carolina, Virginia, and Florida.
I was just making the whole southern tour, huh?
Like the whole Southeast, yeah.
All right, okay.
I mean,
Well,
Kaylin is too. She's from Texas.
Through Texas, yeah.
we don't mess with
I am not a Southern girl. I lived in the South for 7 years and I don't ever want to go back. It was way too
He
hot.
hates the heat.
I hate the heat.
Well,
I'm from
where-
Germany originally.
Oh, well,
I'm very Scandinavian. I like the winter. I live in Maryland. I live right outside Baltimore.
Okay, where'd you live when you
No.
were in the South?
Montgomery, Alabama.
Oh, well, yeah. Well,
Very hot.
I don't go there for certain other reasons, but I'm sure it's not the best place to be. It's not the best representative of the South, I would say. Well,
No, I mean, now granted, I was a kid, so but I lived like kind of more in the country part of Alabama. Like it took 35 minutes to get to my middle school or junior high, as they called it. You had to like drive
Jeez.
through the backwoods over train tracks. So it was a little slower, The people were cool. They got way worse when you come up north because up north they got way more of an attitude. But it's okay. I developed a thick skin because of it. So,
there you go.
I've lived around Baltimore. I've worked in the city for like 8 years. So nothing scares me anymore.
Well, that goes back to my, just walking around with alcohol in my backpack and, maybe give out some free shots and those people calm down a little bit.
Well, in Baltimore City, they're really not looking for liquor.
Ah, I see where you're going. All right.
They like other stuff
Okay.
that I don't want to touch. So I just let them do their thing at the bus stops and I keep on moving.
All right.
But anyway, to kind of get back on track
We
a
went
little bit.
so off track there.
We went so off track. It's what we do. It's okay.
We went
It's okay.
from
We like to
titties
chat.
to heroin to okay. All right.
Well,
Florida has
Yeah.
the what is it, bath salts where people eat each other's faces off. So
Oh,
yay.
that sounds like a good time.
Stay
We just
in
shoot each other
Arkansas.
here.
We
Yeah.
should,
just
we
shoot
should probably
each other
cut all
here.
this out.
no, this is
No,
the
it's
fun
good.
stuff. It's the fun stuff. So obviously, like we already kind of said, you did several seasons in a row, and then all of a sudden we didn't see you for a while. Was that a you decision? Did you just stop getting calls? Was it mutual for a while?
No, it definitely wasn't a me decision. After I did what was that? Free Agents. After I did Free Agents, um, I think I might have gotten one more call, like just for availability. And after that, it just was radio silence. So I was kind of over it. I was like, yeah, I'm pretty much done. Let me dig my feet in here in Vegas. And then I messed around and had a baby by surprise, and then got married and had a baby on purpose. And then I realized those weren't the smartest ideas. I probably should have sat down and thought about it. But it made for great memories, and definitely made me better. Even though it was really tough, and I'm still going through it. But no, definitely wasn't a me thing. They just stopped hitting me up. And then once I saw Mark, kind of chirping about, originally it was supposed to be called OGs, the
Right.
spinoffs.
Yeah.
And I think once he pitched it and they started like really, laying into it, they were like, they decided on AllStars. Of course, the higher ups, the execs are going to make the final call on that. But, and I started texting him. I'm like, yo, what's this OGs thing you keep, He's like, yo, I got you in mind for some stuff, so just hang tight. I'm like, all right, bet. So I see the first season got greenlit, and I'm like, oh, here's my second chance. And then they hit me up for All Stars 2. And then I was an alternate there, so I'm out there, and then they're like, "You're gonna be on 3, don't worry." And I get back and I don't hear anything. And then 3's gone. And I'm like, okay, I'm not doing it anymore, I guess. And I didn't want because like some of us, I'm not gonna say any names, but some of us will once the availability calls start going out and people, they'll call each other, did you get the call? You get the call. And if somebody hears that and they didn't get the call, they'll call production. How come you didn't call me? Is there any room for
Uh,
me? Oh, more porridge, please. So it's just so after I was just over it after 2. I'm like, okay, at least I'm on the radar. They snubbed me for 3. I'm no because at first I thought there was only going to be 3 of them. That was the rumor. I was like, they're not even going to do a 4. So yeah, it was fun while it lasted. Then I heard the availability calls going out for 4, and then I got one. Then I have a friend who is kind of like in the know. You know how you have those spoiler accounts that all the tea and all that stuff where they
Mhm.
get information
yeah.
and they have it before I even know about it. Um, she hit me up and she was like, "You getting ready?" And I was like, "Ready for what?" And she was like, "Oh, you're going." And I was like, "I haven't heard
Yeah.
anything." She's like, "You're gonna be on 4." And I was like, "I haven't." She was like, "Shut up, bye," and just hung up. And I'm like, "Well, I
Uh,
guess I try to start getting ready." So I, got up off my ass, and then sure enough, I get a call, but it's about being an alternate again. And I'm like, "All right, well, it's not the worst thing in the world. I'll just have another paid vacation." So I'm sitting around, and then the week before we were supposed to leave, like I'm literally at the park running suicides and hear my phone ringing, answer it, and they're like, "Hey, just want to let I know you're leaving out with us anyway because you're an alternate, but you're going to be on the main cast." And I was like, "Yes, thank God." So I wasn't even going to be on the main cast until a week before we left, and
Wow.
so it
well,
worked
it's
out.
crazy that you weren't getting calls before because, and we've all talked about it before, all the challenge fans, when they always talked about people that they wanted back on, you were up there. Like you were one of the top names. So yeah, we're glad to have you back. So
I'm glad to be back. Like I'm kind of still getting used to, the attention because I was just kind of out of the loop anyway. But yeah, I'm loving the negative attention though. I think it's the greatest thing in the world for somebody to get so passionately upset about a fucking rigged game show where you don't have any control over anything from your couch and you should have done this, you fucking idiot. You should have done that. Why would you vote in her? Why would you
so
do that? That's
so
a dumb thing to
basically
do.
what we were doing.
Though we were not trashing you. But fair warning, the 3 of us are huge Kara fans.
Yes, we
So
love
am
her.
I. I'm a huge car fan too.
But we still loved you too. So
Yeah.
obviously, we'll get into that, but like none of us were like, fuck Brandon, and I
Yeah.
can't believe he fucking pulled it. We know it's a TV show. Like we're
Sure.
some of the sane ones, we're the ones where we'll talk about it with each other. We're not gonna go and post it on your personal pages. We're not going and putting tweets like, what are these dumbasses thinking? Because we wouldn't know. We're not in the house.
Yeah, I love it. I would never want to meet those people in real life. Not because I'd fuck them up, because I could fuck them up. Uh, no, it's because those people are like just so unhinged. Like it's like you watch something and then you immediately, you can find that person personally and at them and tell them how much they suck. Like you got to really be on
Right.
the shit to go do that, man. Like, yeah,
Yeah. Again, over a game show. And
yeah.
it's
I feel
not, and
like
I'm like,
60% of the world is crazy,
no,
Mm,
it's true
you
too.
know?
low
Twitter
It's
ball.
is
true too.
bad. That's where it's bad at. All those freaking crazy ass people. I could barely even be on there. Like I'll just be
I'm not
scrolling
on there.
and I'm just like, I'm getting off. I'm not. No, I'm not doing this.
Love it. I love it. As long as you're thinking about me, yeah, I love it. Come book me in your city,
Exactly.
please.
Brandon's one of those, there's no such thing as bad publicity.
I mean,
Yeah.
not
All
unless,
publicity is
you
good
kill
publicity.
somebody, or yeah. But other than that, there's no such thing as bad. Yeah, you're good.
So after you find out that you are going to be the main cast on All Stars 4, which by the way, again, all of us were very excited you were going to be too. We were all actually excited for the majority of this cast. Personally, I could have done, okay, this is going to be rude. I refer to her as Andy Dick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh God, I know you're talking about. Why?
I'm I think Johnny Bananas is the one who made the original
Yeah, I think so.
comparison, and ever since then I'm like, I just like,
Well,
we have all-star
or
fantasy
the
leagues and
what's
that's my
that
league name.
the quarterback Trevor, what's his name?
Trevor
But yeah,
Lawrence.
the
Yeah,
the one NFL
they look
that's
alike.
the triplet.
That's oh god, y'all are terrible.
You know it's true. You know
Yeah,
it's true.
I mean, I didn't think about it till I saw it. Like I saw where they cut to Andy Dick and they cut to Trevor Noah. And I was like, oh yeah, yep.
I see it.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah. This is my first time meeting Nicole though. She was actually pretty cool. It was funny. There's this whole thing that they won't show now that I'm not there anyway, because if they haven't shown it now, they're not. But me and her got kind of cool, and we would sit and talk about just bullshit when there wasn't anything going on, and then her and the whole Laurel thing. Um, she would run to me and be like, "Brandon's my boyfriend, Laurel. Get away from me. I'm gonna have this baby." So that turns into yeah. So I mean, it was just like this joke thing or whatever, and she like jump on me, and I'd be like, "Oh my fucking god!" But it was like this funny little thing, and then but that conversation kind of morphed into she was like, because she was like, "Yeah, yeah, me and my girl back home, we can." I'm not even gonna try to do her fucking accent. Uh, but me and my girl back home, we wanna have babies or whatever. She was like, "What if I gave you 50 grand? You give us a baby?" And I'm like, what? And she's like, no, I'm being dead serious. I was like, are you really? Are you playing with me? She's like, no. She's like, I'm being serious. Like, what's up? I'm like, make it 60. No, but I was like,
I will say
75, and I'll give you
ours,
twins.
hey,
your daughter saw her, I was like, oh my god, she is the
Yes.
most
So cute.
She is so stinking cute. Oh my
So
God.
cute.
that's my little big girl. She's a character. She is a
I can
character. I love
tell.
her. Yeah,
She
that's
is, oh, so cute. I love when they show us a little bit when you guys get to have those phone calls home and we can see like your families. We love when Cam's showing pictures of Kingston because he's such a cutie patootie.
Mhm.
yeah.
Those are some of my favorite moments from the show because it like personalizes everybody for us. And that's part of what we like about the show and that they've kind of gotten away from is like the realness of the people and humanizing them, which is why we love All Stars as much as we do. Any moments on All Stars that were your favorite?
Well, of course, getting the star on the first challenge. I haven't been here in a decade, and then I see some heavy hitters in here. I see some folks I haven't met before, and I'm like, all right, I gotta turn it on. And to get my star on the first one, I'm like, okay, this is a great way to start off. And then when we walked back in the house and they had our big ass pictures downstairs, I was like, I need that. And they're like, no. And I was like, what the fuck are y'all gonna do with it?
Right. Let me
Like
take
we
it
don't know.
home.
It's like, but you're not getting it. Thanks. But yeah, so getting the
Wait, they
star.
really didn't let y'all keep them?
No, we didn't keep
Oh my
any of them.
God.
Like since I've been back, I've been learning over the past few seasons because before, especially when I started off, Under Armour was our sponsor, and I loved it because you'd come into
Right.
the house, you'd have a huge duffel bag just full of Under Armour stuff, tops, bottoms, socks, underwear, gloves, glasses, hats, you name it. Then you'd have a backpack full of stuff, and they'd let you take that stuff home, shoes, everything, your jerseys, everything. Now they take everything back from you. So like when you get eliminated, they take you back to the hotel or whatever, and you're still in your uniform, take your uniform off or whatever, you take a little shower or whatever, you come out and they're like, okay, we're gonna need everything that we gave you when you got here. So they take back the bags, they take back
Get
they
out.
don't give us a lot of stuff anyways anymore anyway. So
So you don't even get to keep the clothes that you just competed in?
not even the compression shorts or compression, none of that. They take
What do they
everything,
do with it?
the
You know
bags,
they're all sweaty.
they even take our water bottles that they give us with our names on them. They'll take those back. They
What?
take Yeah, they take everything back. I think the biggest that the rumor that I heard was that, well, I did it too. The stuff that we get, we resell it. And they didn't want it
Yeah,
back.
I was gonna say I've seen a
Yeah,
lot of
okay.
like older like Tony, Cara, Jemmy, like a lot of them would sell like their game jerseys from different seasons and they would make money off of it. God forbid
Yeah,
the
I
big
mean,
guy in the sky doesn't get a
Yours,
piece of that pie.
yeah.
right?
And they say they ship them to third world countries. I'm like, bullshit. That shit's in
Bullshit, they made
that
it.
made them America. Yeah.
Those third world countries made the goddamn clothes. They don't want them back.
Yeah, they don't. They definitely
They don't need them. Okay. That is
Um,
insane to me.
don't.
you were talking about how they didn't show it between you and Nicole, like being friends. And I read that, I wrote it down here. When you were asked why Cara and Rachel were the vote, you said to throw in the strongest, like not the rookies, get the strong people out. And TJ told you that that's the smartest thing he's ever heard on the show.
Yeah. I mean,
How'd you feel about that? That's a
hey,
huge thing from TJ.
Yeah, even production, they were like, shit, because, but I mean, when I was, TJ lives in Vegas, like I would have breakfast with him all the time when I first moved there. And like he's that guy, man. He's the homie. But, but yeah, especially in front of everybody for him to say that, he was like, dude, it's probably one of the smartest things I've ever heard anybody say on this show. He was like, it's always the same people that win, the same people that make it to the
They
end.
should have shown that.
Yeah, I know. Man, you can ask anybody on the cast. They know they was there. But yeah, that was kind of like that was a nice little badge of honor right there for TJ to give me that. So yeah, that was pretty cool.
I mean, it
That's
is
very
smart.
cool.
The smartest thing to do is to get out the strongest players.
But people don't do
Unfortunately,
that.
people don't do that because friendships and relationships come into play, and that's where the reality TV experiment of it all comes in, because it's not like Survivor where you've literally known these people 2 minutes,
Yeah.
and you may only ever do one show with them. You may have done multiple shows. You may have known each other for 15 years. But no, it is. I mean, none of us hated any on the moves because of the move itself. Like, we're like, it's a smart move. Just not all of us loved,
Yeah.
the reasoning behind it. And
Well,
Brandon got a little bit of that Kama Maria
I
come back,
just wish you had told her to her face.
yeah,
I'm
me
not
too.
gonna. I'm
Yeah,
gonna vote for you. Like
that is one of the things I do regret. Like I should have uh said something, or but here's the thing. I know her, and she would have talked me out of it. That's why I didn't say it.
uh
She would have been able to get to me, and she would have
I
talked me out of it.
actually that makes sense actually. I can see that.
Okay, so next time, literally right before you're gonna run and be like, look, I think you can beat me. I got to bet on me. Okay, I got to vote for you. I'm sorry. Bye. And then just run away.
Run
Okay.
away.
I'll
I
put that
do
as the
have to
playbook.
ask, did Cam influence your decision to put her in?
No,
No? Okay.
no, me and Jasmine were on
I
the
just had
phone
to
this
ask
morning.
that.
Me and Jasmine were on the phone this morning talking about that. They just want certain people to, be the focal points of the show. I get that. We're filming a show. Some players are more entertaining or more popular or whatever storyline we're trying to build. I get that. That's fine. But no, I said that when I walked in the house,
Mhm.
and Jasmine can tell you that. And then when we got back from that challenge, and I was talking to Jasmine and Flora about what I had heard from Ayana, uh, uh, on that one, I was like, okay, people are talking too much, and this is what I don't want to do. It just reinforced me that I'm going to make this move when I get to make it. I was like, if it lines up how I want to. This is way before I even knew I was going to have Cara and Rachel. I mean, you can't pass up the opportunity to put Cara and Rachel against each other, but it happened to be Cara. I would change some things if, hindsight's 2020. I should have said something. I wouldn't have changed how I was going to vote though. I mean, looking back at it, it would have been like, okay, well, maybe I'll save this move for later, or no, because I overthink everything. And I was just like, okay, I'm going in guns blazing. And then, just the not talking thing, and we got all that cleared up. I know how she is. She knows how I am. I know what she expects, and she knows what I expect. So we've been working on it since we've been gone. Like she'll call just to call and be like, see, and I'm like, okay, bye. But no, that's my girl, man. I love her to death, and we're good now. But I
Love
was
that.
gonna make that move, man. But then, like, of course, on the plane, you're thinking, like, damn, had I not just not said her name, or if she asked me that when she asked me if I said her name, I could have lied and said no. But then I got four other people, and I'm like, yeah, you said your fucking name. So yeah, of course, there's all these different scenarios that go through your head when you leave. But yeah, I mean, I felt bad because I didn't like, especially when I watched it, because I didn't know that she cried. I didn't know that she took it that hard,
Mhm.
and she was like that I'm her favorite and all this. I'm like, yeah. So I mean, I did feel really bad. I mean, I still do to a point, but yeah, I was kind of in my own head. I was, tunnel vision and coming off all the things I dealt with in the time that I wasn't on the show. It
Mhm.
did change me. I was just like, fuck everybody. I'm doing me, and I'm getting what I'm getting. And
Mhm.
yeah. So now since I've shot that load, I'm a little bit more level headed now.
Well, we're
And
glad you
look,
guys are friends now. Or
yes, and
again, I should say.
nobody can blame you where ultimately, and where teachers already said it's a single winner's game. You're gonna be thinking about, okay, what's the best for me? I mean, Cara did that on episode 2 when she didn't say Rachel's name. She
Right.
said, I think, like Flora or something. and you and Jasmine wanting to put her and Rachel against each other because you had the power. Like again, it makes sense. The moves themselves make sense. Like we said, it's the relationships that muck everything up a little bit. But speaking of Ayanna, actually,
Yeah.
what was that like? Because I've met
Oh,
her in person, but obviously I've never lived in a challenge house with her.
I tell you, man, and heavy, not heavy, well, heavy-hearted, I should say, as I say, a speedy recovery because she's going through her situation or whatever. But at the time, she had a lot of energy to unleash upon us. It was my first time meeting her, and she's super intelligent, super smart. She was telling us stories about some very important people that she's met in her lifetime and certain events and different scenarios that she's been involved in. And she's a very colorful person. I just love listening to her talk sometimes, but because she gets very passionate when she gets into stuff, and it's just like, well, tell me more, please. So. But then she'll flip the switch, and it's just like she changes and goes into a whole different realm. She just totally 180s, and I'm just like, "Who are you?" Because and then one thing, she will take a lie to the grave, man. Like she will, like like Ayana. We have microphones on, and there's cameras everywhere. He's like, I don't understand why people try to hide and do stuff, or why they lie, because all we're gonna do is cut back to when you said it, and then bring it back. But yeah, she was a lot to deal with. She made it kind of awkward there, especially for Janelle for a second. And like she just come into the room sometimes and just make it all cringeworthy for no reason. Like just to mess with people. And I didn't really care too much for that. But it was my first time meeting her. I didn't really take anything away from it. I mean, if anything, I mean, she's a beast when it comes to competing. I mean, you can't get around that. But inside that house, man, you gotta sleep with one eye open dealing with her.
Yeah, I mean, I can imagine those energies. You're in a house with a lot of people. You can't go anywhere. You can't get away from anybody. Sometimes that is just a lot of pressure. The cameras put a more pressure, and some people just aren't cut out for it
Well,
the same
just
way
being in a
others are.
house with that many people in general is a lot.
Yeah.
You
A
Yeah.
lot of
know, I
different
like
personalities.
privacy and yeah.
Yeah, it's like you can't get away, because there's no doors on any of the rooms. If you just want to walk around, somebody thinks you're trying to sneak and listen to conversations and stuff. And it's kind of like, okay, if I'm not being on that whole political thing at the moment, it's like, okay, now what else do I do? Like, I can't go just crawl in bed and read a book because they're gonna be like, hey, Brandon, we're filming a show. You need to get up. So, yeah, it's tough. You got to keep yourself busy. I mean, they get a little bit more relaxed with like we can do Sudoku because we might have to do it in the
Oh,
challenge. So they let us like, do that or crossword puzzles and trivia and stuff. They'll let us, put some wrinkles on the brain while we're there because there's only so many grilled cheese I can make. There's only so many trips to the gym to look in there that I can do. So yeah, it's stressful. By the time you hit that halfway point, that's when you know if you're gonna really push through or if you're like, all right, if I get sent home, I get sent home.
yeah. Like I can only swim in this pool so many times before I
Yeah.
want it to take me over the edge
Hmm.
to the bottom. Speaking of
Yes.
the pool, I am amazed nobody got injured in that tiny ass
Oh, and
pool at
that
the end of that long ass
shallow,
slide.
Yeah. And
yeah.
then Tanya got the idea, hey, let's go put some dishwashing liquid on the slide to make it, and people are almost flying off the side. And yeah, I went down it a couple times, but that's not my style. I let those others deal with the water.
Yeah, I mean, I love the water, but I was like, my ass would be flying into the wall
Yeah,
down that
I
slide.
think Ryan got hurt on that. I think he got hurt on the slide or something. I wasn't out there.
Yeah. I think somebody said on a Cam and Leroy's podcast they mentioned he hurt his shoulder and then he told us he broke it during
No,
one of
yeah,
the dailies.
yeah, he shattered it. Actually, on the one we just did, they
That's
didn't
what I
show it.
thought. I was
Hmm.
Yeah.
He made me touch it, his
Yeah.
shoulder. He was like, "Here,
Oh,
feel
oh,
this."
I'm glad you special. Oh, his shoulder, yeah. Yeah.
Yes, his shoulder.
And there was a
right.
long pause right there. He made me touch it.
Oh look,
Shoulder.
He
I
made
don't
me,
think
let's clear
Ryan is
that up. He
making
made me touch
Tia
his
touching
shoulder.
anything else.
Yeah, I know. You never know. He might. He likes to party. You never know.
Ugh, we loved Ryan. He was wonderful. We were at the Challenge
I
Mania in
think I'm a little
Charlotte,
old for
so
him anyway. So
I don't think Ryan cares. We got to meet Ryan and Adam and Avery,
Yeah. So
which was really nice.
fun
They were
bunch.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were fun. We had a good time. We like going to, the Mania events. Tonight's the Baltimore one, but I'm here interviewing you instead. because I'm
Oh,
tired of meeting Anissa.
oh, tell me about it. Why is that?
Because
She's
I've met
at
her like
all
four
of them.
times. And
Wow.
yeah, okay, because Anissa's from Philadelphia. So obviously I'm in Baltimore. She's at all the Baltimore ones. She's at the Philadelphia ones. And I'm like, I'm tired of meeting her. I'm just not impressed.
I've done
I've
one.
met oh, you've
Scott,
done it once?
I did it. Well, they just so happened to be in Vegas anyway, and
Mm.
then I think Derek realized it, and then I get a call, and he's like, "Shit, forgot you. Do you want to come?" Like, my bad. And I'm like, "Yeah." So me and Nora went down, and we went over, and Emily was in town too, Emily Fitzpatrick. So we all went over there. And he hit me up. Scott hit me up a couple weeks ago, and he was like, "Where are you at now?" I was like, "I'm the little director." He's like, "Okay," because I might have some stuff for you this year. And I'm like, "All right," because to me, like, I'm of course I'm going to do it. They're fun, but it's like they're having these watch parties and these meet and greets, and like maybe like with one person that's on the show. It's like, call me. Like, there's other people who haven't been on the show, and I don't know how long. I'm not hating on them. I mean, go do your thing, but I'm like, hey, I'm over here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I would love to see because I mean now it's like a lot of the newer people and for people like me, there's very few of the newer people that I'm excited about. I want to see more of the like not so much the OGs, but like the middle of the series. So people like you, I would love to meet, like Leroy, Cam, like well, Cam's newer, but I always associate her with Leroy. So that kind of thing. That's what I would like to see.
They never come near me, so I've never been able to go.
What a
Because you're in
shame.
Corpus Christi.
Yeah, I know, but even the Austin one got canceled.
It did
Yeah.
So
for now.
I guess it's a good thing I didn't go fucking like what, 6 hours away from me. Like
Yeah,
that would be a waste. I would have been pissed.
Yeah, I
that would have
hate
been a
those.
hell of a way to travel. So what were you doing in your life other than, making beautiful babies during your time off the show? Like, what was life like for Brandon Nelson for those 10 years we didn't get to see you?
Oh man, well, when I first moved to Vegas, I was working at Cat House and at Thunder from Down Under. Then I transitioned over to Tao Group, which is Tao, Lavo, and Marquee. Um, then after that, I I managed a lids hat store at the North Promenade in Vegas. I don't know why I'm laughing. I mean, it was a sweet job. Actually, pretty good money. It was easy. I mean, I just had to stop the kids from stealing hats. To be this one guy like every other day come in a new giddy up or whatever. I'm like, dude, I see you, man. That was the hardest part of my job was trying to make sure that I don't let him get through in a different disguise today. Then I started managing a breakfast restaurant, which was really fun. A lot of local celebrities would come in there, and then they knew me, and I knew them. That's actually it's the same restaurant that TJ took me to when I first moved out there, and we were having breakfast there. I got cool with the owner, and the owner was like, "Well, what's your background in other than being on TV?" And I was like, "Well, I worked at a restaurant since I was 15." He was like, "Oh, well, shit, come on." So worked there for a while, and then let me see, that was about it. And then while I was working at the restaurant, I got a phone call, and it was like, "Hey, you have a son." And I was like, "What?" I was like, "Oh, that's cool." So yeah, that out. And then my my ex-wife now, she was around during that time. Luckily, she's like, that was before me. But then I felt like she thought it was a competition. She was like, "We need to have a baby now." I'm like,
Oh,
Oh my goodness.
okay.
babies are work.
Yeah, I was like, we were planning on doing it anyway. She's like, "No, now." I'm like, "That's not how it works. Can't just pop right out after we're done." So anyway, tried my best at the marriage thing, failed miserably, and yeah, then the last job that I had, I was working at Al Solito Posto, a very nice, fancy Italian restaurant. I was the wine pairer there, and
Oh,
it
nice.
fucking sucked, but it was cool though. And then I got the call. But just trying to become a good dad, and then splitting time between working my ass off and seeing my son. Because at the time he was living in California, and we were in Vegas, so I'd have to go out to see him. Sometimes he'd be with me, and then dealing with a newborn. And because I have to take care of her and my wife because she just had a baby, so she's not going to be jumping around. So I got and I still have to work and stuff. So it was tough, but it did made me appreciate you know the time that I do have with the kids and the stuff we went through to get here. So I wouldn't change anything. Well, I'm lying. I changed a couple things, but going through those hard things have made me better, made me appreciate a lot of things a lot more, I should say.
Will you watch the shows with your kids?
Well, my daughter, she was with her Lola a couple weekends ago, and I got on video chat with them, and she's standing in front of the TV. She's like, that's you?" Like, 'cause
Aw.
she's five, and she's just like, she's kind of like me, where she kind of like messes with you. She's like, "That, yeah, like you think you're cool?" Because when and then I get a video though afterwards that she had taken before they called me, and she's like, "That's my daddy." Yeah, I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, I caught you. You were
Aw.
excited." But yeah,
That's so cute.
yeah, my son's mom won't let him watch it, but
Oh,
No.
he's 6.
Yeah.
Oh,
me
well, it's
little.
okay.
But when he's with me, she'll never know.
That's like when the grandparents feed them sugar and they're like, they'll never know. They got to take them back later anyway.
Mhm.
Like it's on the internet. He's got access to the phone. I don't know how he found it and watched all 6 seasons with me on it.
Yeah,
Right.
those kids nowadays.
Darn
Yeah.
kids.
Hmm.
Hiding it in a book made me think he was reading.
Yeah, God forbid he tries to become a freaking scholar.
Can't have that. Paramount Plus, damn it.
Yeah, we need to get some stock in Paramount Plus. I think we actually, since our show has been on, I think they said the memberships have gone up like a crazy amount.
Yeah, that was a theory as to why
I
they
believe
held it as
that.
long as they did,
Mhm.
because All Stars 1 premiered in like April of whatever year it premiered in. And a lot of people would sign up, and I don't ever do the 1 year membership. I'm like, I don't got $100 to give you right now. I'm gonna do $9.99 a month
There you go.
until I decide to cancel. But I
Yeah,
guess other people do that. So the theory was, oh, we're gonna hold it till around the same time when everybody's getting ready to cancel their membership, and now they got to renew it.
yep.
I'm like, you sneaky motherfucker. Just do the monthly, cancel whenever you want.
Yeah, well, that's too
There's
easy.
too many streaming services as it is, though.
There is. I had to get rid of some. I
Mhm.
couldn't keep up with them all. I'm like, I can't
I don't
watch
even have-
all these things.
Yeah, I don't even have Paramount Plus. I have my friend's password. So
I
there's
think I
that.
did that for somebody. Was, Tia, wasn't it you or was
You
somebody
did
else?
not for Paramount. You gave,
Was
I
it
don't know, you gave me for one of
Hulu?
them.
It's probably Hulu.
Might have been
I got all
Hulu.
the major ones. So I just give
Yeah.
them out like candy to people I know. You want a Hulu login? I got live TV on there. You can watch TV if you want.
There you go. There you go.
Tia, do you want to do any of the
Yeah,
random
we
questions?
can. Yeah, we can wrap this up with the 3 random questions, and then we'll have the 4th one. I'll tell you about that one in a minute. So, if
Oh.
you were trapped in a show for 1 month, what show, besides the challenge, would you choose?
Oh. Besides, I think thought I was gonna have to pick like one of the seasons. I'm like, fucking none of
No,
them. So just any show? Does it have to be reality or just any show?
whatever you want, just not the challenge, not challenge related.
Well, I don't really watch TV a lot, and anything that I
What
see
about a movie then?
a movie. Well, what I was gonna say is I'm super late to the party, but I just started watching Power, and I just started watching Scandal. So
Mm.
I've gotten hooked on those a little bit.
Would you want to live there for a month?
A month? I probably well, a month. I'd probably go. I don't know because I like a lot of the parts of Scandal because I grew up in politics. My dad, before he passed, he was the law education instructor for the Attorney General's office. So I
Very
Oh,
cool.
grew up in that. So that'd be kind of fun. I'd probably, but with power, I mean, there's drugs and guns and death. Uh, I'd
Take your
probably,
chances.
I'd probably go with Scandal.
Scandal, yeah.
Little less death, but
A little less
you have
death.
a higher chance of making it those 30 days
Yeah, yeah. I just get all the
physically.
perks of being in the White House. I don't know what my position would be, but I'd probably be in the kitchen just eating.
Okay.
Listening to all the good gossip.
Hell yeah. Give me some wine and a good steak. I'm good.
Ooh,
like
what kind
it.
of wine do you drink?
Now, whatever you give me.
Oh, okay.
No. No, I like a nice Zinfandel.
Yeah,
A little
right
bubbly.
on.
Little bubbly, gets you right here. Gets you right here.
It's got like no alcohol content.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm trying to cut back. Actually, no, I like since I've gotten back, I haven't. Well, no, not back from. Because that's like how many years ago? Because I went to
16 months.
yeah, but no, I haven't. I don't remember the last time I drank because I haven't been doing anything. I've been sitting at the house. I'm not gonna be just on the couch all depressed and
I
drinking
mean,
out
you
of.
could, but those are alcoholics. So
Yeah. Well, no, I was there. No, trust me, I was there. I don't want to do that.
no,
That
you
Yeah,
looks
don't.
nice.
Mm-mm. No. Good for
Yeah,
you, though. That's good
yeah,
for you. I
absolutely.
like that. Because in America, we drink for everything. I don't drink very often, but
Yeah.
we do. Okay.
Oh, I woke up. No, never mind.
I mean, you could wake and bake instead. It's better for your
Oh,
liver.
yeah, true. I don't worry. It's been we're good.
I hear you. I'm the same way.
Mhm.
all right. What is something that you absolutely hate?
Something that I absolutely hate. Oh, when someone asks you something that you are clearly doing. So, for
Oh,
instance, if I'm eating a sandwich and somebody comes in, are you eating a sandwich?
Yeah.
Or if somebody comes in the room right now, are you on the computer?
no, I'm performing heart surgery.
Mm. But if you say something back, you're a dick. He's like, I was just asking. How about you evaluate the situation first? That way you don't have to ask. But yeah,
Right.
that shit irks the fuck out of me. Like I can
That's how my brain works.
like let's say there's people over here and I'm my keys are like right by my door. And I go to the door, grab my keys, and I'm going to walk out. Are you finna go somewhere?
No,
I just
Nope.
wanted to hold
Taking
my
my keys
keys.
for a walk. Oh,
they looked lonely.
yeah.
Just ask me where I'm going.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
It's easy.
Or
Look, I
don't.
get
Because if I wanted you to come with me, I'd have probably been like, hey, I'm finna go get something. Let's roll. But
That's true.
I always ask where someone's going, but that's just because I want to know where you're going. So if you're not back in the appropriate amount of time, I can then start panicking and be like, please tell me you're not dead.
oh, no, I have a whole different angle. I'm gonna ask where you're going because I'm probably gonna want you to bring me something back. And I thought,
Well, that is my second reason. If you're going to go somewhere where something's delicious, could you bring me something back?
yeah,
And then I'm going to make sure you come home in the appropriate amount of time before I start worrying.
there you go. Okay, I like that word a little bit better.
I'm
All
concerned
right.
and I want something.
Yes. Make their concern seem like that's the reason though.
Exactly.
Got it.
Make sure they come back and your food's not cold.
That's what I got an air fryer for.
True.
That's true. Yeah. All right. Who is your celebrity crush?
Celebrity crush. Mm, well, I'm kind of well, the rose-colored lenses have been lifted because now that I've been on TV a few times, and you go to these events and you might run into some people that are actually celebrities, and in person,
Mm.
it's just like, really, really. Um, Let me see. Celebrity crush right now, I'd probably say, mm, well, my number one when I was growing up, it was always J Lo, and then I met her in
Mm.
person, and I was like.
Oh, yeah.
Never mind.
No, not never mind, but it wasn't that thing that I thought it was gonna be.
Mm.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, but let me see right
Wait,
now.
was she nice or was she
Oh no,
not?
this was nice. She told me I was cute, and I was like, yeah,
Oh.
you're not too bad yourself, J Lo. Um,
Did you
Jenny
say
from the
that?
no,
That
I was like, "Yeah, thank you so much.
would
You're
have
so
been so
pretty."
amazing if you did say that.
I wasn't drunk enough. I mean, I get drunk enough. I don't care who you are. I'm just gonna fuck with you. But so yeah, she's been my number one. Charlize Theron.
Okay.
But I don't know how old she is. Um, let's see. And I don't want to say anybody young, because they're gonna be like, "What the fuck?" But
I
there's
mean,
really
as long as they're more than barely legal, we will not judge you.
yeah, there's nobody really in particular. 'Cause I'm trying to think of like artists or um yeah, I can't. Oh, what's her name? I forget which one it is. The one that is not the one that doesn't have a baby. Is it Chloe or Halle Bailey?
Oh, Chloe.
Chloe,
Because
yeah.
Hallie played Ariel, and I think she has the
Yeah, she
baby.
just had a
Yeah.
baby. Yeah, okay.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The one that doesn't have the baby.
The
The
one that doesn't
sister.
have a baby. Okay.
They're beautiful, so I don't blame you.
Yes. Yes,
They're
they
Yeah.
beautiful.
are.
Yeah.
All right, and the last question, and this is a shout out to Frankie, who usually comes on he's part of our group, but he's not here tonight. He always likes to ask, how well would you do in a zombie apocalypse?
How well would I do in a
Would you
zombie?
survive?
Man, I feel like I'd want to be one of the zombies though, because they just be
So
killing.
you would not survive, is what you're saying.
I mean, I could. I mean, I have the stamina to. It's just that I would have to have a damn plan. I mean, do I have a bunker? Do I have unlimited ammo? I mean, do I have food? Like, what's going on? I can outrun these motherfuckers,
Sure.
but it's like I'd have to. What I'd have to do is get them going in a big circle. That way, they all get behind me. If they're coming at different angles, I'm kind of in the dark on that. So I'd have to sit down and do a little strategery. And yeah, I think I'd be okay. Am I by myself?
Maybe.
You can have any scenario you want. This is
Okay.
your zombie apocalypse.
Oh, great. I'll just fucking build some walls. I'll trump up some walls and just figure it out. Just watch them from my balcony and pick them off with a sniper rifle. I think I'd be
Yeah.
okay. Now,
You can make some pipe bombs.
is zombie meat edible?
I don't know.
Okay, because I'm saying there's gonna be a whole bunch of meat laying around when I get done with them, and I don't want it to go to waste. Maybe I'll have pigs because pigs eat anything.
Pigs will eat anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of guard dogs, I'm gonna have fucking guard pigs.
Just have a pig
Pigs
farm.
are very intelligent too.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Very smart animals.
yeah.
They chew through bones like butter. I learned that
Wasn't
from the
that in a
movie
movie
Snatch.
where somebody was ditching all the bodies in a pig pen? Was that a movie? Did I just
No,
make that up?
that's a real thing. Like people.
No,
Yeah, but I think was it one of the Hannibal Lecter movies? I might be making this up. I
might
don't
be.
know.
I'm sure it's in a movie somewhere. It's probably the
Probably.
mob movie. I mean, I know that's kind of the thing, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never-
In the
never-
movie Snatch, the head gangster guy is like, "Do you know the saying, greedy as a pig?" And he says, "Beware pig farmers because they'll chew through a 200-pound man in 15 minutes. You just got to shave the hair off first."
Oh, well, I'm glad you remembered that line of the movie.
I love that movie. I know all the lines in that movie, actually. It's my
You have
favorite
to
Jason
worry.
Statham movie.
Yeah, I'm worried.
Yeah, I watch a lot of mob movies too. Trust me, I could plan a lot of things if I wanted to.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Good. Hey, you're being recorded now.
It's okay.
We were talking about this the other night, and I was like, if you just dig like a deep grave, and then you put the body in it, and then you put some dirt, and then you bury a dead animal, and then put more dirt. If they bring dogs out or something, they're gonna scent on that dead animal. If they dig it up, they're gonna go, "Oh, okay, well, here's a dead animal." Never digging deep enough to see the body.
Yeah. And you also, when you bury your body, you bury them vertically, not horizontally, because if a plane's coming through or a helicopter's coming through and they're trying to scan, they're looking for that
Yeah,
body. They're not looking for that. So
Noted.
that's a deep hole, though.
That's what she said.
I mean, you could just chop them in
That's
pieces.
my favorite joke.
That's what she said.
Yes.
Oh God, I love that. Does anybody else have any other questions for Brandon?
No, but I
Are
want to
you
say
still
thank you for
friends with
talking
Jay?
to us. This was great.
Whoa! Oh my gosh!
Oh,
What,
sorry.
Caitlin?
Is he still friends with Jay, like outside of the show?
Oh
Mitchell.
yeah, we text each other every now and then talking shit. Oh, there's this thing that was going on. We were in the house, so we get 3 catered meals a day, and they brought out dinner. So I'm usually the first one in there. So Keefla and Jay are sitting like in the living room area, and like, B, what's in there? And I was like, oh, well, they give us steak like every day or some ribs or something, and I'm like, we got some veggies, we got this, then some chicken spaghetti, and they're like, what? And so Jay comes over there and he's like. So I bring the plate over. Have you had chicken spaghetti before?
No.
I think so. Maybe. I don't know.
My boyfriend, he's the one that told me about it. He was like, "You don't know what this is," and I'm like, "Bro, I'm white as fuck. You really think I know what that shit is?" Like,
Yeah,
No, I
so
have never heard of that ever. And then he like showed me. I was like, I don't really like chicken. Anyways, I'm good.
girl, we have to work on you.
What is chicken spaghetti?
Yeah, it's fucking phenomenal. So we're eating it, and they're like, "Oh, this is really good." And then like Jay's like, "Yeah, but like this is not chicken spaghetti. This is like a chicken bake." I was like, "If you fucking call it a chicken bake, I will murder you in front of your family. Fucking chicken spaghetti." He's like, "No, it's not." So then Keith was fucking with him. Yeah, it's just like a chicken bake, chicken cheese bake, and I'm like, "It's not that." And I'm like, "No, stop! It's not that." So then they
Is
just
it
kept,
like is it like with a white creamy sauce?
it's a
Is that,
cheese.
I'm
huh?
Googling this right now.
Oh goodness, nope, I'm not doing this with y'all right now because I'm gonna get too passionate about it, and I just yeah,
Chicken
just look it up.
spaghetti. I'm gonna look this up.
Super simple and it's super good.
Oh, yeah, it looks very creamy.
Yeah, it
That's
is.
what I thought. It's like a creamy, like, yeah.
Yeah, I can see why he thinks this is a bake or like some sort of casserole.
It's not
Look, he's Italian. What do you expect from him?
yeah, but still,
That's
yeah, I
true.
know. But no, yeah, Jay's the homie, man. I love him to death, man. People be sleeping on him like, dude is tight.
Mhm.
He's in our he's in our fan group that
Our
we have on
Facebook.
Facebook. Mm-hmm. And he
Okay,
chats
Yeah.
with
I
us.
get an
And
invite. Jeez, am I in there? I'm in something. I don't know what I'm in.
you can be. Adam's in
And
there. He's
join.
silent
Yeah.
sleuthing. Carly's in there. She's very active with us.
Mm, okay,
We'll
well,
invite you.
send me something or add me or
I,
however that works.
We will. Don't
we have
worry.
some there.
Oh yeah, Cyrus is in there. Jenny West
Jenny.
was in there at one point. He's like, I don't know who Jenny West is.
Yeah, I do. I met
Oh,
her
you
once.
do?
Yeah.
Well, we'll make sure to send you the
Love
link
her.
so you can join us.
Yeah.
Ladies, I'd really appreciate that.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you want to give out your socials so
Yes.
people can look you up?
So on Facebook, I have the whitest name for a black man. It's actually my real name, Brandon Drake Nelson. So just look that up, and you'll find me and a great credit score. And I actually do have a really great credit score. Um, then on Instagram, it's Brandon D Nelson. Twitter or X is Brandon D Nelson. On TikTok is Brandon Drake Nelson, all one word. And I found out because I scroll on TikTok all day, every day, but somebody's like, go live, and you have to have 1,000 followers to go live. And I don't.
I know. Isn't that
So
stupid?
I need to get 1,000 followers. I think I have like 650. So we're getting
Oh.
there. But yeah.
All
So
right, everybody go follow him on TikTok.
Yes,
I'm
TikTok,
not
and
on
go
there,
Brandon
guys.
live.
Drake
I'd
Nelson.
follow you.
I'll follow you. I have
I'll
TikTok.
follow you right now.
And
It's
then Snapchat, which is the armpit of social media, it's Brandon MTV. And
Okay.
I appreciate when you guys send me nude pictures and videos. It's great. But guys, I don't need you to send me anything. That's not, I mean, I understand it's 2024 and you don't know until you try. Well, I'm letting you know there's no need to try.
Send them a follow or Ryan or
Yeah, or
Derek.
Derek.
They would love those.
But don't It's okay.
Just don't send him to Brandon.
Don't send them to me.
Yeah.
Send them to whoever you want. I
Yeah.
mean, be free. Let that thing flop around. Just not on mine. Over here. I don't.
Well, I sent you a request on Facebook, and then whenever you get a chance, and then I'll add you to our group, and you can silent sleuth and peruse if you want to.
Yeah, I'm coming in hot. I'm responding to everything.
Go ahead.
That's fine. We got your back. Don't worry. We will
Oh.
not let any ill will, and we'll kick them out because that's what we do already.
Oh,
Yeah.
bouncy.
We're not in the habit of giving a lot of warnings. Like you would be surprised. So we're a spoilers group. And it literally says all like in the cover photo, it's a cover photo of CT that says we are a spoilers group, choo choo bitch. And in the description, it says we're spoilers and the group rules. And people will still join the group and be like, oh my God, I didn't want spoilers.
People are fucking idiots.
They're idiots. And I was like, did you not fucking read?
Yeah,
Bye.
yeah. I
So we
try.
get it.
I try to exist with them, but that's why I just stay at home because people are
You
fucking
know what? Me
idiots.
too.
You
I
sound
do
like my
property
husband.
management. So I
He
feel you.
hates people. He's like, I'll just stay home. It's fine.
Yeah. When I get
I'll
home, I mentally crash.
I'll have like one grape in the refrigerator, and I'm like, yeah, that'll last me till tomorrow. I'm not fucking going to get groceries. Like,
I had
I
peanut
go
butter
early in the
cooler.
morning. I go early in the morning when the old folks are there because I can just get in and get out. And
Smart.
yep.
That would involve me waking up
Love
early though.
it.
So
That's why
I
I
just
stopped.
put in headphones.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Kids, you get woken up early. I learned that the hard way.
yep.
Yeah, I ain't got
And
any of those.
Say what?
I don't have any kids. I got dogs.
They can be. I tried. I just couldn't do it. It's too
But
much.
with animals,
Yeah.
yeah,
Aw,
mine are
yeah.
a handful.
I don't
Me
have
and T
kids.
are
I
big
have two
dog people.
dogs. Yeah.
Mhm.
My dogs are my life. I love them.
Yeah, we're gonna get you a date.
A date.
She's
Yeah.
married.
Oh,
I'm
you're
married.
married. Okay, we're gonna get you a date night, and I'm gonna host it.
I'm my
I'm
husband and
gonna
I
be
have been
the
together
driver.
almost 32 years, so
Oh,
I don't
nice.
think
Well,
I need a date.
you're all gonna have a date night. I'm gonna be the driver, and I'm gonna be a personal concierge throughout the night. We're gonna do it Vegas style.
Have
Let's
you ever
do it.
watched the show Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
Yeah.
Just don't do the episode where your Frank is the chauffeur and it's like all the blood and you just
I
don't
don't
want
know
one
if
of
I
those
saw
date
that.
nights.
Yeah, well, I don't
What?
like blood anyway. I don't think I saw that one. I
It's
never
like
Or maybe
watched it.
do
Charlie.
that.
I'd
That's a good
only catch it
episode.
when I caught it. Like I never watched it enough to like follow the line uh
Uh,
with the series, but yeah.
There's so many seasons. It's been on
there are.
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has. Well, if you ever
Yeah.
get to watch an episode, the Dayman episode is like the best one.
Save the day, man. I got it.
Yeah, where they do the Dayman musical. It's hilarious. Anyway, any other questions for Brandon?
No, like
No.
I said earlier, thank you for coming to talk to us though. This is
Yeah,
great.
this was amazing.
No problem at all. And actually I'm look out for it. I'll put it in the group once I get in there. But I've had this t-shirt idea. And
Ooh.
I think I'm gonna try to. So there's like this automated thing where they take like half, but like you design it and then they'll ship it out and do. I just want to see how it does, but it's really simple. I've just been putting it off, but I got a good response from it when I wore it. I had to wear it to this thing, and because we always get briefed. Oh, well, I'll get it done and then I'll tell you about it.
Okay, yes, we can't
Okay.
wait, and we will support you.
Well, I appreciate that.
Of course.
Yeah.
Thank you again so much for joining us, Brandon. Everyone, if you're not already following him, please do that. If you're not following us on Facebook, we are The Challenge Unbothered, YouTube, The Unbothered Podcast, Instagram, The Challenge Unbothered. We're also at Unbothered Pod 1 on Twitter, but be mindful. It's a wasteland. Joe runs our Twitter.
We don't touch
He's-
that. So if
He's
you
very
see,
passionate.
yeah, if you see anything from Twitter from us, like the Unbothered, it's not
That's
us.
not us.
Got
That's
it.
somebody else that's affiliated with us.
Got it.
Sometimes I got to keep him
He
reined
gets
in.
us
I'll be
in
like,
trouble.
Joe, he's a huge car fan. He kind of gets in trouble with it.
Oh Lord. I'll set
Yeah,
straight.
you know how Twitter is.
Yeah.
And then on Spotify and Apple Music, we are the Unbothered Podcast, and we will see everybody next time. Bye.
New fans coming soon.